If you want to hear about my do's and don'ts for using Viviscal supplements, then all you got to do is stay tuned. Hi everyone, my name is Helen and welcome to my channel. I am a Viviscal user, supplement user, and I've just stopped. So if you'll wait till the very end, I will tell you about why I stopped using Viviscal supplements, but I thought I would make a video here about some of my do's and don'ts for using them. You may have seen some of my other videos. I have tested it pretty extensively in not one, but two videos here on my channel. So I will be sure to go ahead and link those up if you want to see them. You might want to see my results. I won't be showing you those here, but I do have really good close-ups in one video that I did at the 3-month mark and one video I did at the 1.5 month mark. So go ahead and check those out. But let's just jump right into the do's and don'ts. I know that's why you guys are here. So let's hop right into them. Before I start, I will tell you that I am not sponsored at all by Viviscal. This is not an ad. I do lots of hair loss videos here, but I don't take any sponsorships for hair loss products. I want them to be completely not sponsored, completely. This is just my own opinion about Viviscal supplements. You know, hopefully they don't come after me after making this. But anyhow, here we go. So my first do is do check the ingredients when it comes to Viviscal supplements and see if they are suitable for you. Now, these were sent to me for free, actually not here as a content creator, but rather in my job, my real life job as a lifestyle journalist. And they were sent to me and I thought, you know, I make hair loss content, I should try them. And I had picked them up before off the shelf, but I had always put them back. And until they were sent to me, I didn't remember why. And the reason was the top ingredients that were listed, which were shark cartilage and oyster. And those did not appeal to me then. And now, even after I've stopped, they still are not appealing ingredients to me. But just know that this is not suitable for vegans. This is not suitable for some vegetarians. This is not, I think, suitable, it says on the packaging, for people with fish, seafood, shellfish allergies, which makes sense considering the ingredients that are in there. Just in general though, before you take any supplement that's sort of a combo of things, make sure that you're reading it. Make sure that you're understanding what is in it. My next don't is don't have unrealistic expectations of what Viviscal is going to do for you. And this is not just coming from me, but also from many, many women that I've heard from. You can go ahead and look at those videos and look at some of the comments. People will describe their experience there with using Viviscal, and it's kind of all over the place. I will say though, of all the different supplements like Nutrafol, which I haven't tested yet, which I may, so make sure that you like and subscribe, because if I do end up testing that in the future, maybe you want to see what ends up happening. I'm toying with the idea at this point. Viviscal tends to be the one that women like the most for whatever reason, maybe because it's been on the market the longest. It's been around a long time. From what I gather, or maybe around 20 years, according to their website. They're not exactly clear the date it was released, but they are using the number 20 years, 25 years. They're talking about some of their research anyway. It seems to be the one that women seem to like the best, and maybe you've seen that reflected here with other people having used Viviscal with good results. For me though, let's talk about what it is. You know, Viviscal meaning Viviscal, don't say that it's a cure. They make that pretty clear on their actual website. It's not a cure. It's not meant to be a cure for underlying conditions that are gonna cause long-term, lifetime, progressive hair loss. So they say it's not a cure. And in my experience, it certainly wasn't. But I got a boost. You know, I did get some boost in my temples and in my hairline. It didn't feel like my hair overall was much thicker in general. I don't feel like it's changed my hair entirely. If you look at some older videos of mine, I kind of look the same. You know, it just filled in a bit. So definitely not a cure, nor does it say it is. Do search for a good price for this stuff. Man, is it ever expensive. Here in Canada, it's around $60. What some of the better prices I saw were around $57 Canadian dollars a month. That is a significant amount of money. In the US, it hovers around $39.99. You can find it for a little cheaper than that. In the UK, I noticed that one of the better prices that I saw was on Viviscal's website itself. So in the US, in Canada, in the UK, note that Viviscal has its own website and they sell directly from their website. And of course, you know, your places like, you know, your pharmacies and stuff like that sell it. I know that my pharmacy here just has it sort of in the aisle near the Rogaine minoxidil section of it all. But one interesting thing about the website, just on that note, I didn't necessarily find that the prices were much better, at least where I am, but they do offer some extras. So if you do buy like a 3-month pack, at least for me, they had like, at the time of this taping anyway, they had like they would include basically, I think, like the shampoo and the conditioner for free, that sort of thing. So it doesn't really knock off the price, but you do get some bonuses. And I'll be talking just slightly about their other products a little further on, so hang on for that. Yeah, this stuff is expensive. So, you know, it's worth it to do a tiny bit of research to make sure that when you are getting it, it is not something, like, it is a brand name thing, right? So you can feel safe that when you are at least comparison shopping, that it is the exact same thing in a sealed foil. It comes in like sealed foil, so it'll be like a sealed product if you do get it from other places other than directly from the website. I don't have a coupon code to share with you because, as I said, I'm not sponsored here. So do wait until you're genuinely thirsty to take these. They're a little on the larger side. They're round. And in one of my videos, the one I think of the 3-month full try, you'll see me kind of showing them pretty up close. They are kind of a brown color. They're kind of round. They are pretty smooth, but they're not that elongated capsule shape. And so for me, I found that it was easiest to take them when I was genuinely thirsty to actually drink them down pretty quickly. Otherwise, I'm pretty good at pill taking. I'd give myself maybe an 8 out of 10 for taking pills, but I did find these ones just the tiniest bit difficult to take because they are on the larger side. So if you're like me, just wait till you're genuinely thirsty, and that just helps to just gulp them down and gulp enough water with it. Yeah, I wish that they were a capsule. Don't take other supplements with this unless you know what it is and you're being kind of careful about what it is that you're taking. And that does not just go, that's nothing really to do with Viviscal. That's just to do with mixing and matching supplements in general. You know, have a word with your pharmacist to make sure that these are not going to interfere with anything that you're already taking. Just double check it out. You know, there's biotin in it. There are other ingredients in it. So you just want to make sure that you know what you're taking. Like, for instance, if you're taking biotin, my understanding from doing research online is that if you're taking biotin, you're supposed to stop taking it before you get any blood work done, because it can interfere with the results of your blood work. If you don't believe me, double check with the place that you're getting your blood work taken, or with your pharmacist or your doctor. But yeah, I mean, when you're taking Viviscal, you might not even be thinking about the biotin in it, but it has biotin. The interesting thing about biotin, though, in doing some research, I found out was that actually there's no evidence that biotin is toxic in humans at high intakes. So I guess that's good to know. But again, it can interfere with lab results in terms of getting blood work done. So that just doesn't go for this. This goes for everything. Just know what it is that you're taking at all times, and make sure that you're just doing your due diligence about supplements. Do be skeptical. Always be skeptical about products that you hear that are supplements, that are over the counter, that are not necessarily prescriptions. And that is kind of a blanket statement that goes for all things. You know, you'll see claims, not just for Viviscal, but for all the other supplements that claim to target hair loss. And so they'll say that it was tested in clinical trials. Well, what does that mean? You know, I did a little bit of deeper digging for the Viviscal clinical trials, at least what they've released on their website. And I could have gone to another level, but I didn't. I just was sticking to their website to see. And for me, some of the numbers were quite small of women that were tested, right? So when you're doing a clinical trial, I mean, how many are you thinking are getting tested? Are you thinking it's like 5,000 women are getting tested? No, the numbers are all under 100 from this, from what they've posted here on their website. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying when you hear clinical trials, try and do some critical thinking of your own to sort of weigh what that actually means and dig just a little deeper. It's just literally a few mouse clicks or a few clicks on your iPhone screen to see what's what. You know, the larger clinical trial in this actually had the least favorable results, interestingly, right? So when they had a number of like 75 people in one of the trials, that was the one with the least impressive results, frankly, if you just read this here. So yeah, use your skepticism, use your critical thinking skills. Don't just believe a lot of the marketing hype, not just for this, but for basically all stuff targeted towards hair loss. Don't feel you need all the Viviscal products to make them work in a sort of synergistic way. I think that maybe some of the marketing, again, not just for this, but for many different products, suggests that, you know, your best result will come from using all of them. That is certainly the case with shampoos and conditioners. In my experience, generally except for the Olaplex, and I have done a review on Olaplex, but generally except for Olaplex, which seems to layer very nicely together, generally conditioners don't matter and shampoos don't matter that much when you use them together from one brand. I've done a lot of mix and matching and a lot of testing here, and it doesn't matter that much in general. If you love the shampoo, great. If you love the conditioner, great. And so I have tried the Viviscal hair serum, which you can see I've done a review of that. I've tried the shampoo, the conditioner. I will tell you, I love the Viviscal conditioner. I think it's wonderful. The other products, watch my reviews and see what you think I thought of it. But I would be happy to suggest the conditioner for sure. It's easy to get really upsold into just getting all these different products because they're meant to work together. I didn't find that they had a lot of synergistic benefits together. You can do you and see what you feel about them. I didn't feel that they helped my hair, but I did definitely get a boost, in my opinion, from the Viviscal supplements themselves. And so yeah, don't feel you need to buy the whole suite of them is all I'm trying to say. So now let's talk about why I stopped using Viviscal. I felt that taking it 2 times a day was a lot. And if you're not someone who easily can remember to take something 2 times a day, if you're struggling for your actual prescriptions to remember to take them, I'm not sure that this kind of supplementation is gonna be the best fit for you, to be honest. It wasn't for me. I just don't like taking things 2 times a day. I didn't like the taste for me. It just always tasted kind of fishy mixed with citrus, which is how I described it. And it never stopped tasting like that. I just didn't like the way it tasted. And so doing that to myself 2 times a day, it was not a lifestyle choice I want to make forever. And the shark cartilage is just a no from me. I'm not a vegan, but for me, it was just crossing a line ecologically that I just didn't want to get into. I'll do a lot of good things for good hair, but I just don't feel like taking wildlife, like supplements derived from wildlife, is part of what I want to be doing, long term. Maybe that makes me a hypocrite, maybe not, but those are my reasons for not taking Viviscal supplements. But what you also should know is that I'm going to be taping what happens. Now that I've stopped taking it, it should be pretty interesting to go through the months and see, will this new hair fall out? You'll just have to stay tuned to find out. And I'm also thinking, like I said, about taking Nutrafol. So if you're interested in watching that, all you gotta do is just make sure you're subscribed and those will come to you. All right, everybody, I hope that helps you. Definitely do drop a comment below, especially if you find Viviscal at a better price. I think that might help other people, not just now, but going forward in the future. And so yeah, definitely leave me a comment down below about that if you find it for cheap, or just like what your impressions are if you've tried it or whether this helped you or not. All right, everyone, we'll see you soon.